Maybe I'm old-fashioned, I don't know, but I think that when you say you're going to do something, you should do it. We're going to talk about that right now. This is your first time watching my channel, then please subscribe. Make sure you hit the bell too, because in that way you get told every time I upload a video. When you give your word to somebody saying that you're going to do something, then I suggest that you do it, because otherwise you become a liar, and then you become untrustworthy, and then you become somebody who cannot be relied upon. And in all social structures, that's no good whatsoever. From small things like booking into a tattoo shop, for instance, for a 50 quid tattoo, and having absolutely no intention of coming whatsoever. You've only done it for a cheap thrill, right? But what you don't realise is that somebody on the end of that 50 quid tattoo might be needing to feed their kids or pay some bill that they were relying on you for, and you said you'd be there and you weren't. The only reason I'm saying that now is because that's what happened to us today. I mean, you know, our life doesn't depend on, you know, on that tattoo turning up, but it does depend on everyone else's tattoos turning up. So have a little think before you give your word to do anything, be it helping someone, be it making something happen for someone. If you're in a position to help somebody by influencing other people around you that might be able to help them, then that's a great way of doing things. But what isn't is making yourself look good by saying you'll do something and then not doing it. Because there's a lot of that in the world. You know, people say, oh yeah, I can help, I can do that, I can put you in touch with so and so, but then actually what happens is nothing happens, nothing gets done, no one says anything about anything, and nobody helps anybody else. So the world revolves around people saying that they will do things and then doing them. So you go to work every day and you say that you'll go to work and you'll be there, and in return you get a pay packet. I am self-employed and have my own business, but I have people who depend on me to go and do what I say I'm going to do, which is exactly what I do. I guarantee that there is somebody relying on you for something that you say you're going to do. And if you let that person down, the detrimental effects of that, well, do you understand that what those effects are? So next time you say, yeah, I'll do that for you, no problem, I'll talk so-and-so and so-and-so, and then you don't do anything, understand that the person that asked you to do it was asking you for a reason, and it probably wasn't a flippant reason, it probably wasn't a reason that just, you know, that they didn't really need it. So if you can't do something, say no, because I'll tell you this, if you say yes, and then you can't do it, then that makes you a liar, and also that means the person relying on you can't have what they need, and they might need that to keep going. Also, you never know when you're talking to somebody who isn't stable or isn't mentally well. You know, their mental health might be difficult. So if they're reaching out to you and they just like sound like they want to chat, maybe don't say yes if you're not going to call them back, because that failure to call them back will be seen as a rejection. And rejection, that can cause all kinds of trouble for people who are mentally unwell, mentally unstable, people who, you know, who rely on the friendship of others just to keep going every day. So a little thing like keeping your word can really influence people for the better. And also, you know, in your own little ego mind, it can put you in a position where you can help people. And, you know, helping people every day is something that makes you feel good. It's something that makes things better, because you give out, you usually get back. So that goes along with yesterday's video, doesn't it? Or not yesterday's, on Tuesday's video, as you'll see it, which, you know, is important. All of these things are important in life, and more it seems the important topics are being left behind. Maybe I'm getting old. Maybe at 45 that's when you start to realise that, you know, your word does mean something. And, you know, all of these little things like lying and, you know, saying untruths and, you know, putting people in the wrong position by saying the wrong things, that isn't what needs to happen. What does need to happen is that people stand by their word. They say what they mean. They do what they say they're gonna do. Something to think about, isn't it? If you could subscribe, that would be awesome. There's Tuesday's video, and here's YouTube's video. Remember, if you subscribe, press the bell, and then you'll be notified every time that I upload anything.